Hey, welcome. Excuse me. Welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab in the wee hours in the morning. It's 4:05. Doing what I do for you. I'm back in the book. We're still doing symbols. We got another sign symbol for your lesson coming up. We're gonna talk about Ampu. Who the hell is that? Let's talk about it. It's a symbol of the guy we call the opener of the way, or more popularly known as the master of the scales. He's the one that makes sure you get a fair shake at Judgment Day. Let's talk about it. Right, isn't 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get it together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through. That's what I do for you. It's rhetorical, but if you know how to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. Don't be them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you, right? Thinkers, know thyself and to my eye be true. We're going to talk about, again, signs, symbols, and what they mean. Break down right quick. So I got to do Anubis. I'm going to take it. We're going to break down the Amp and a few other symbols that everybody recognizes. Let's talk about it right quick. All right. This is Anubis. Well, we call him Anubis. The Greeks call him, his name is Ampu. That's his real name. This is him. He's sitting on top of the casket of Anubis, protecting his body. Okay. Anpu, the jackal who traveled between the realm of temporal, subtle, and celestial. Those are three states of consciousness, if you didn't know. Okay? And he's able to lead a star from the gods who belong to earth, man, and those who are in heaven, the higher concept, able to live upon the horizon and before whom even the gods of the Enoch tremble. Everybody respected Ampu. Okay? He was the leader into the afterlife, into death. So that was his calling card. That was his reputation. And if you die, you're going to incur Ampu. Okay? He's either going to take you to where you want to go, where you got to go if you pass, or he's going to take you to get your demise, which is Amunet, the devourer of unrighteous people. So if you lived the unrighteous life, you were devoured. They knew that. They understood that. So what? They didn't do it. If you know right from wrong, Mayat teaches you good, evil, right, wrong, left, right, up, down. That's the duality of nature. So that means there's a choice. You are the decision maker. If your decision making is good, then you reward it. If your decision making is bad, then you punish. It's real simple. Okay. We teach our young how to survive by knowing right from wrong, what to do, what not to do in situations in life. We master that by getting better at our decision makers in our everyday life, every moment, every second of the day. You don't take time off. You don't take, no. You do what you do all the time. Why? If not, the devil will, your ego, okay, will take over your mind. Similarly, symbolically. Okay, and they say, master of the scales. At Judgment Day, he's the one that makes sure the balance on both sides is right. Okay, you're going to get a fair shake. That's his job. He's the original, I'm just going to do my job. His job is to what? Make sure the scales is balanced. Okay, and he's also the one that's going to lead you down the way, aka the opener of the way they call them. All right, and Ampu is the one who led Asar. Okay, Ampu led Asar upward back to heaven from the realm of humans. When he passed, he took him up to heaven. Watch this, with the realm of the gods, and he led Aset to Asar. He helped her find his body, fragmented remains, so that what she might revive and remember him. And you get that from the lesson of Osiris Resurrection, the myth. I got that book too. But Ampu is that dogged intellect. He's your mind. He's your discernment. He's the one that you can see real from bullshit instantly. Okay, he ain't the one to fool the trick. So all y'all spiritual people, when I tell me how spiritual, Ampu would shut all that down. Okay, so you couldn't fake him with the nonsense. And a lot of people didn't even try. Why? They knew it was to no avail. That's why. When you know something, it's up to you to act on it. All I can do is give you the information. You have to do what you need to do with it, or it's useless. Again, when you act on what you know that's right and do what's right, there's a reward that comes with that. The same way when you do stuff that you think nobody know, and you're getting over, you get sick, you make a hit here, you swindle somebody, get over whatever it is you're doing. Those things are recorded also. That's by Tahuti. He keeps those records. So at Judgment Day, he gonna bring up all the stuff, okay, that you won't speak on. Why? He keeps records. That's his job. That's the mind. But Ampu is the part of your discernment mind that tells you who to listen to, who not to, who to be with, who not to be with, right from wrong. You spot it instantly. That's a quality that you should have that I use as I was on the street diddy bopping. I use my discernment to say if you're good or bad, friend or foe. I got good at that. Now, as a spiritual philosopher, I see a lot of people who claim to be spiritual. Liars. Simple as that. Okay. I'm not gonna call them out like that. That ain't my job, but I recognize y'all. That's the Ampu in me. That's what I'm saying. Everybody has the same discernment in them. All you gotta do is use it. Again, having something and not knowing what it is don't really help you. Knowing what you got puts you in a position to what? Cultivate your talent, your skill. So what? It can prosper and pay out for you. I ain't got no problem with these people with skills and getting paid million for it. That ain't nothing to do with me at all. So I'm not jealous because he made a bunch of money, because he got a God-given skill that he capitalized on. That's what he gave it to you for. Ampu, again, he's the dogged intellect. He's the intellect. He's not a real person. Okay, we gave him the title, we gave him the symbol. The dog is the symbol for Ampu, the jackal-headed god, who represents what? Death. He's not death, but he represents taking you to the next level. He walks between real and unreal, okay? But he's the intellect that by the watching, he's the watcher, and he waking from sleep, he never slumbers, who by knowing and not knowing determines your friend from your foe. Your ability to recognize who is real and who ain't should be spot on. That way you won't have a whole bunch of so-called friends, so-called people. You can recognize them and you won't be bothered. I have no friends. Why? Because my discernment tells me they full of crap. Simple. Well, how you know? Discernment. Listen to it. Listen to it. That's the inner voice telling you, nah, that ain't good. When you're in a situation, you know something ain't right. That's your discernment. That's your discernment telling you, oh, my man, you might want to check this out. Okay, so listen to that inner voice. You got a few of them. But if you don't recognize them, you don't know them, they won't mean nothing to you. Every God I give you and goddess I give you is an aspect of your character. Where we at? Okay. He's called the opener of the way. He's one going to lead you to the next level. That was his job. Okay, so Ampu, he represents the intellect, your ability within you, man and woman, to be able to recognize the error of passion and lies and the path sent of the divine, the path that's sent of the divine. He knows what's right and wrong. He knows the way. As a spiritual philosopher, a teacher of concepts, I know the way. Why? I know God. For myself, I want you to have the same experience. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. That's the job of Anubis at Judgment Day. I don't want to wait till then. I'm trying to get you to be prepared for the Judgment Day. That's what my philosophy is all about. And it's towards the divinity from the world of illusion, waking up and run out what's real, the physical realm to the world of reality. Spiritual self, that's real. This world is not. It's temporary. Just like your life here as a human being, it's temporary. You ain't gonna be here long. My man had a good idea. My teacher, I love that guy. He said, you should worry about living. Don't worry about dying. You're gonna be dead a long time. How long you gonna live? So while you're here, take advantage of it. He's a life giver. He tell you just what to do to live your life. Oh, I love that guy. All right, that's who I listen to. Everything he say to me is profound because it makes so much sense. Ain't nothing I heard that guy say didn't make sense to me personally. I listen when he speaks. I listen. That brother went into a meditative state. He came out of it 13 days later. That's a long time to sit in one place. So when he speaks, I listen. All right. But so Ampu is described as being golden black, referring to the faculties of what we call discernment, again, which can lead one from below to above, meaning ignorant to enlightenment, from earth to heaven. That's the concept. Earth is ignorant. Heaven is enlightenment. In order to get to heaven, you got to get enlightened while on earth. That's the caveat to human beings, okay? And Ampu is the son. Who is father? Asar. The subtle realm of netherworld between heaven and earth. That's called the Duat. And Neptat, the goddess of what? Temporal. She represents mortality. She represents nature. Nature what? Dies. And she's always there at the funeral procession, crying and mourning, okay? But the physical, material world and what she's responsible for, this world, her sister takes care of the spiritual. They're twins. They go together. And that's the realm of spirituality. He is likened to a dog. Well, why is that? Remember, every God aspect we use for the animals, we use that gift that God gave them, and we just implemented and used it, and that's how it worked for us. Watch this. He was the dog. Yeah, okay. He likened to the dog. Why? Because the dog has the use of its keen eyesight, and by day and by night. Ampu represents the awakening of your wisdom, your knowledge, wherein man must, all of us must, like a loyal dog, allow the entrance of wisdom and love that leads to the what? Good, supreme good. You doing the right thing. And bark at the evil. Fighting out the dog. I remember when he barking, something's wrong. Okay? Ignorance is evil. Passion and emotions. Those are three qualities that you might want to stay away from. If you're not controlled, if you're ignorant, you can't control your passion or your emotions. That's the ego running wild. Okay? You have no control over it. Your goal, your job is to gain control of one's ego, your emotions, and your passion for life. Now, according to the Memphite theology, I'll give you that lesson, Ampu is also an aspect of Haru, which is you again. Matter of fact, he's Haru, big brother. He's firstborn, but he's the bastard child because he was out of wedlock, they say. But again, these are all concepts that we can make up and create. They're not real. We get caught up in thinking they're real. That's like going to the movie, sitting there and forgetting you're at the movie, and you caught up in the action. You crying, you laughing, all that. You're going through the motion. You caught up in the excitement, okay? And you are taking yourself into a situation emotionally. You cry when they cry. You hurt when they, stuff like that. That's all you're doing, okay? You got to prepare yourself for that. And according to the Memphite theology, Ampu is also an aspect of you, the part that discerns. It represents your spiritual awakening. To know about Ampu is waking up to your discernment and realizing right from wrong. And now you holding yourself accountable to do it. Why? Because you're going to have to guide others. You got to lead them the right way. And I tell you, person don't know themselves. Okay, person who don't know but believe they do makes them dangerous. Why? People are going to follow them and they're going to go the wrong way. It's called religion. In every human being, we have the ability So therefore, your power to open the way for your spiritual evolution is latent inside every human being. Like the Kundalini serpent. When you start activating him, it's because you're living right. And all of a sudden he rises and he rises. And when he get here, excuse me, ding, 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 fireworks, right, third eye opening, you are awakened. You become your ampu discernment gets real sharp. Now you are on point. Nobody can trick you. And my grandmother told me when I was a kid, she said, "Big grandson, I got a 6th grade education, but you can't trick me." Okay, what the hell that mean? That mean all the education don't mean nothing. I got life experience, and I'm smart in life. Damn that education. When our parents, these guys was quitting school to go work. They had to survive. Who the hell, 13, 14 years old, got to go get a job? We couldn't do that. Why? We still don't know what the hell going on in the world at 13, 14. More or less getting a job. My man left home at 15 when his father couldn't get along. Another personal issue. But again, if you in my house, my son never pushed back at me. My son never raised up at me. My son never did nothing. I didn't do it to my dad. I showed respect. Even when I was right and he was wrong, I still held respect. Okay? Understand that. That's what that's about. And if you have your discernment should be sharp enough to recognize who is who and who's not. And that should be with you and your parents, friends, and anybody else. Hold everybody accountable. That's all. And it says here, the knowledge of every god. Listen to this. They tell you what? It's a bunch of Egyptian gods, right? Okay, but they're there for a reason. And if you get the knowledge of every god, that's within you. Again, they're all inside you. The gods are immortal men. Men, we are women, we are mortal gods. We're guys and don't know it. That's the ignorant part about thyself. If you don't know who you are, you don't know you're God. You don't know you have a human experience. You just think you're a human being. Come here and just wild out and have some fun. One go around, do what I can do, get what I can, and go on about my business. That's the most ignorant concept I ever heard. Let's talk about, I broke down the sound before. Let's do the Ankh and the word for the meditation concept for Om. This is the Ankh. I'll break that down for you. This is the cross, okay? This is the top of the Ankh, part of the Ankh, okay? That's the female version. The top part is the female. This is the Shin. It represents eternity. That's you see what's in the hand of Haru, the falcon, or the bird. He had these in his hand. Shins represent eternity. Ankh is the key of life. So what he said, you have eternal life. Eternal life. That was the concept. And if you live right and did the things you do, you will go on. And that's what they live for, to go what? For eternity. This is temporary. They didn't give it. How about this? The Egyptian lifespan wasn't 50 years. The pharaohs who lived long, yeah, but the people didn't live long. Okay, they didn't. Nope, long life wasn't guaranteed. Only for those who lived, royalty and all that good stuff. Yeah, they had the pleasure of that, but other people, nah, normally they didn't live long. Okay, so they had to get their understanding, find themselves, know themselves, and when life was over, they didn't have a problem with life here. They didn't give a damn about life here. We love this. This is what makes us devils. Why? We love material stuff. We don't know that we're spiritual beings. We don't need sex. We don't need bodies. No, we're spirit beings having a human experience. What? To get back to our spirituality. Simple. Forever. Okay. The Ankh and the Om. The word Om. Get to that in 1 second. All right. I just showed you the first one. Above, the ancient Ethiopian and Egyptian symbol was the Ankh. Everybody know what that is. You know what the cross is. Not too many people know about the Shin or the top part, bottom part. Okay. But the Ankh is the symbol of what? Imperishable, vital force of life. Key of life. Okay? Related to the life-giving properties of what? Air, water. The Ankh depicts 3 symbolic principles that's found in creation. Did you know that? Let me break it down for you then. Okay. 1, the circle. Okay. It represents the female. Number 2, the cross. That represents the male. Them sticks, they represent the male phallus. The circle represents the female uterus, okay, and the ovary that comes down and connected. That's what that represents. Number 3, unity. You put them both together. You put the cross with the female top of the arm, and you got the arm. Excuse me. United with what? It means the female and the male are together. Female being the top, male being the bottom. Women always on top, fellas. Heaven is the woman. So she's always on top. It's all philosophical and symbolical, but it makes sense. All right. Life literally occurs as a result of this union of what? Spirit and matter. That's who Asar represents. He became from spirit, he became matter. That's the first man in Christians. Y'all call him Adam. Okay. God took clay and blew the breath for that. Yeah. I get everybody's cultural stories. I don't have a problem with that. Okay, believe me. But the circle represents the immortal and eternal part. Get it? The circle, the shin, it represents eternity, forever, and absolute reality. That's where God dwells. And the cross represents that which is mortal, man, that part of you. And transient illusion, matter. You believe, your ego thinks you're God. Okay? And it's similar to the female symbol, but it alludes to the regenerative, formative properties of the arm. Reciprocity, like this. Male, female. You breathe out, I breathe in. I breathe out, you breathe in. We keep each other going. That's reciprocity. In any deal making, any relationship you're dealing with, it should benefit both parties. When there's a relationship where only one party benefits, that's not a good relationship for the person who didn't prosper. You've been playing. In the streets, we call it playing. Why? They use you to get something from you. Most people do that. Okay? Those are the doers. Excuse me. And anybody who do something, they want something in return. Those are doers. One second. Okay, yeah, excuse me. In any relationship, okay, perfect example. When you engage in a sex, that's two people come together for pleasures. If both of y'all enjoy it, if both of y'all get y'all thing on, it was so good. It was so good. Yeah, both of y'all enjoyed it. But at times when it don't work that way and one get his and the other one stuck left out, that's called what? Leaving them hanging, doing you and not worrying about somebody else. That's not a good relationship. And 9 times out of 10, they won't have you back in the bed with them. Simple as that. If you don't please your mate when y'all engaging, you won't get a second chance. Marriage is a little different. Relationship is a little different, but y'all already had that. I don't cross that bridge already. What the hell? I'm so tired. These damn it sexual pills, these erections, y'all done went way too far. Stop. What? It's going to take a bunch of people dying for y'all to realize maybe that wasn't a good idea. But all y'all want to do, come on, man. I'm so annoyed. Y'all got pressure bots. Oh, you want to chat with me, baby? But what the hell is going on? I'm not with none of that nonsense. Talking to a damn robot. You got to be. Sorry, I'm not that high tech. I can get back. So I guess, but all y'all want to do is have sex and talk sexy, talk whatever. That's not pervert, but that's pleasures of the flesh. Y'all just want to have pleasure. Come on, it's more to life than sexual pleasures. Young people, when you're young, it's fun. When you get older, you realize, okay, you put it in perspective. But every day, all day, just 36 hours. Come on, man. That's for young people. Oh, guys, y'all going to die. But y'all like die coming. Most y'all want to go coming. Okay, I'm not with that movement. That was his thing. Pleasure, sex. God damn! As an educator, I'm an old man. I'm not with that nonsense. I done had enough sex to last me. So I'm not beat for some sex. The hell? But we showed it. Y'all bought it. Lock, stock, and barrels. Taking pills, getting deals, Viagra pills, new Viagra, this and that. Everything's to get the what? Erection, to have sex. Then you got the girl walking about half naked, twerking and shaking. What? That just drives it. That's the locomotive that keep that train running. I'm not on that train. Excuse me. I'm past. Go ahead. I'm good. Well, no, I'm good. My decision making is on point for me. What you do ain't got nothing to do with me. And what I do should have nothing to do with you. So don't concern yourself with my decision making, please, because I'm not concerned with yours. I'm just knowing what's going on out there. So, excuse me, back to the lessons. And when I get going out, I might not stop. So I got to pull myself back to the lesson. I look at the clock. Let me get this out the way. So they said, thus, as the yin and the yang, everybody know the sign. The yin got a little bit this, The yang got a little bit of that. One of each, but it's mostly one and a little bit of the other. That's letting you know black and white, they go together. Same thing, contrast. Male and female opposites attract. So the symbol of the Chinese Tao philosophy, and now you got the Ankh, which also symbolizes balance between two forces of life, male and female, positive and negative, light and dark. See the opposites here? Light, dark, long, short, female, male, etc. That's what Mayat represents. That's the first thing God did when he came out of the noon. I need order. I need divine order to keep everything. Well, I ain't got to worry about it. Mayat take care of that. That's her job. When Geb and Newt was in a love embrace, Ra told Shu, take care of that. He took Newt, pushed her up. Ain't nothing between them now is what? Air. That's Shu. Okay? He what separates heaven from earth. Oh, these are good stories. But if you hear the story and you start seeing the way it is, oh, it's plain in life. Yeah. Excuse me. And again, opposites. If properly balanced and cultivated, your power of harmony, union of opposites is formidable. Again, I just gave less about if you opposite from me and we do the same thing, you ain't opposite. You think and act like me. I don't want me. I don't want to date me or rape. No. I want opposite to me. Okay? But the top of the Ankh represents the circle. It represents the Shin. The Shin is the Egyptian symbol that means eternity. That's why you see the hawk. He got the Shin and the key of life. That represents eternal life. We had this all figured out. And in India, or in India, the Hindu mythology, the Ankh is depicted as the picture of an androgynous goddess, Hanari. I showed you a picture about her before the other day. This what Masons, this is why they show your naked left breast. They show you here. This is the sign for harmony, male and female. But you see here, there's no genitalia or vagina. That's just what? Right there, the key of life. That's where life comes from. The male generated and female receives it. That's what this is for. But you see half of her body is male. See the breast? Other half is female. Okay? That's what they're telling you. It's inside all of us. So when the people think I'm more man than woman, that's just your mind confused and you letting it lead you that way. But you are who your body and your sign, zodiac sign. When the date you're born, that's going to tell you who you are. You see your sign, they're going to know from that point what kind of person you are, what character you're going to have. It's already been figured out. Trust me on that. All right? And they're on point. But the goddess Hanara, the left side of Hanara is female. Fellas, Masons, when you go, we used to just drop trowel and everybody got 2 balls and a cane. We good. We know all men. Now, a little more sophisticated, modern, they just show the naked left breast. Okay? If it ain't a boob, you're a man. Okay? If it's a boob, you're out. Simple. All right. But that's a little more, I call it modern, more cooler way to just everybody standing with their penises out. I'm a man. No, come on, man. We ain't got time for that. All right. But the left side, Anari, is female. The right side is male. In Chinese philosophy, and again, see how the mind works? Right here. They showed you the mind crisscross. The left side of the mind controls the right side of the body. The right side of the mind controls the left side of the body. You know that? Again, these are all stories that I learned, stuff that like, but they make a lot of sense. It's a lot of proof, a lot of sense to everything that they put out. So learning and getting education philosophically will help you as a person. Everybody don't want to teach this now. I don't know how I got into this cat, but everybody know you can learn this and live. I could have been fine just living, being a cool dude with knowledge of self, but that don't help somebody else. My goal is to help somebody else to reach that level of self-realization or self-mastery. So I teach. Let's go. The goddess, okay, we got that. And in Chinese philosophy, the Shin also represents the life force of the cosmos, universe. It is the wisdom, consciousness, self-knowledge. That's what wisdom and consciousness is all. You have a knowledge of self. And the spirit, the part of the art. That's it, the top part, the spirit. Okay, breaking it down again. This is the 4 signs that I'm going to break the art down for you right quick. All right, I see the, oh Lord, I didn't know. Boy, this time so fly when I'm doing my thing. But Hope you're enjoying it. I got to get this out the way. I'll let you go. All right. Above one, you got three things to represent. I told you about it a minute. Let me go over it right quick. But the Shen ring, represents eternity. And it's the female part principle, the womb that magnifies charge, that needs to be charged. That's like the egg, waiting to be what? Charged with what? That sperm. Okay? And number two, that's the bow. That's this part. The bow part, the cross we call it, okay? But it's got a knot on it. See right here? It ain't just a cross. There's a knot here. Why? It's gonna connect it with this. And that knot, we're gonna break that down for you. And this is the end result. The Ankh. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's go. And it says here, number two, the cross, that which is temporary, time, materialistic world, space principle is the male phallus, the penis. The principle of what? Electric charge. He's going to shoot out. He's going to ejaculate. When you ejaculate, you pushing that what? Sperm where? So it can go into the female womb, okay, and create life. They had this thing figured out a long time ago. Listen. So now you got the knot. The above, we call it the Ankh knot. What do you mean Ankh? Because it's tied together. What? The female principle, the Shin, eternity. The male principle, mortality. So you're putting the two together. And above the Ankh knot, that which holds those two principles I just told you about together. Eternity and temporal. Okay? Immortality and mortality. Aset represents immortality. Netet represents mortality. We had this thing figured out, okay? Every angle. And creating the human being together. The man's sperm goes into the female, receives the sperm, and creates life. The Big Bang happens inside the female. So who came first? Gave a lesson about Neef. She tell you, I gave birth to Ra. Okay, yeah, I was here before him. Well, I love that. All right, but again, the Ankh, the finished result. Oh, Lord. But thus, you have the Ankh that refers to what we call life that's in the form of human beings. Human beings have temporary life. Spirit beings have eternal life. We have to become conscious of that. That's the purpose of the symbols that we give you to recognize and help you along the way. I'll be back with part two. I got to do this in 2 parts because I see the clock is running. I got to go to the gym. But right thinkers, in closing, may you all live to be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So I never know my right thinkers who understand what the symbol for Ampu and the Ankh has passed away. I'll be back with more.